Cheer. You guys are now listening to the Mr. Sanchez Show. I'm your host, Mr. Sanchez. I got my co-host and my producer with me, Young Glizzy.
Yeah.
What's going on, Glizzy? How you doing, man?
Chilling, living.
All right, man. Today's show, we're going to cover a lot of cool things, man. We're going to cover Trump with the Epstein files. The Clipse dropped a new album. Drake dropped a new single. R.I.P. Young Noble. We're going to go over the fights this weekend that was action-packed, and there was fights going on all weekend. We got Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. Edgar Berlanga versus Hamzah Sheeraz. We got BKFC, a local event that is gaining a lot of steam. We're going to go over that. So, yeah, man, let's get into it. How you guys been? Shout out to all the new subscribers, the new watchers, the new listeners. We appreciate it. We see the growth in the analytics. We're doing good. You know what I mean? I've been okay. I've been good. Still striving to overcome negative energy, keeping a positive mindset, keeping my ass in the gym, trying not to eat carbs, trying to find peace. You know what I mean? I'm doing a good job. I feel good. Probably happier than I've ever been. Man, I weighed in this week at 212 pounds. I need new belts. I need new pants. I need new shirts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that, man. I'm going to be I'm flying out to Puerto Rico. If if anybody is out there, knows me, friends that might be out there, hit me up. I'm going to be out there this week. Going to take some time for a little R&D, a little rest and relaxation. Now, it's not my first time going to PR. I've been to La Isla Bonita before. I actually went with you, Young Glizzy. You remember?
No, I don't remember I don't remember the spot exactly.
Yo, shout out to you for not remembering going to Puerto Rico, dude.
Oh, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about a restaurant, dude.
Nah, bro. I'm talking about Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
dude.
I remember when we had to run back because we almost got stuck on Puerto Rico.
Yeah, dude. That was a funny story,
Yeah,
dude.
you can't forget that.
Yeah, bro. Me and Glizzy almost got stuck in Puerto Rico, dude. We had to run through the streets of Bayamon, and we just made it back by the skin of our teeth before the boat left us. But, yeah, it's going to be a good time. Hopefully I redeem myself. I have a good time in PR. I got a beautiful Airbnb out there. I got plans, so... I'm looking forward to that. All right. Moving on to the Trump Epstein debacle. First and foremost, I want to say if you cannot criticize your favorite politician or a politician that you voted for, then you're in a cult. You know what I'm saying? And here at the Crime Pays Studios, the Crime Pays podcast and Mr. Sanchez Show, we are not in a cult. You know what I'm saying? We're not blind. We see what's going on. And this is top-tier BS from the current administration. You know what I mean? A lot of mistakes were made, and, we're going to talk about it. You know what I mean? He put out a Truth Social post. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what he's saying is the radical left Democrats have hit a pay dirt again, just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agencies, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had to come from Russia. Now it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom, and even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made-up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in 2016 election. These scams and hoaxes are all Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters have bought into this BS hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson, and they probably never will. Even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years, I've had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in the country's history. And all these people want to do is talk about, with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems, is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible, unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. So what'd you get from that, Glizzy?
Bullshit, dude. Bullshit.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that, bro?
I feel like he's corrupted, dude, to be honest. I feel like this isn't what I voted for. I'm not happy about it. If there are no files, release the investigation. You know what I'm saying? Because there definitely was an investigation. Mm-hmm. How are you going to say there was no files when the man was put in jail? So he went, Epstein.
Yeah.
So he went to jail with no paperwork, no proof, nothing, no theories, no conspiracies. Yeah, we just grabbed him and put him in jail for no reason off of a hunch.
And
Bullshit.
he unalived himself?
For what?
That's cap.
Even if he did unalive himself, why?
Yeah.
For no reason?
Yeah.
We had nothing on him and he unalived himself in prison? Bullshit.
Yeah. Well, let me start by saying that this is a story that's not going to go away. The American people want answers to what happened. You know what I mean? This is a story involving, children, espionage from other countries, blackmail, corruption at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? And, we want answers to what happened. And he campaigned saying that he was going to leak it. And don't forget the big publicity stunt they pulled with that folder where they had all the influencers go to Washington. They all had a folder saying it was the Epstein files. And then when you open the folder, there was nothing in there. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not defending, Trump in any way, but what I'm saying is like, all right, those files were made during the Biden administration, right? So any cover-up in the files would have been there, right? So a lot of people are saying, well, maybe Trump is on the list, and that's why they don't want to put it out. I don't believe that to be true, only because I know the Democrats were out for blood trying to get him, and if they had that information, they would have buried him with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he is personally on the list, but you know what I mean?
Well, I think he's definitely on the list. Now, I don't think he went to the island per se, but it's impossible for his name not to be mentioned in the list when Epstein was in where's this guy's club at? Trump's club at?
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, Epstein was at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, but Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. That's documented.
That's a fact.
He went to get a massage in Mar-a-Lago. He was inappropriate with the masseuse girl. She made a complaint, and Trump kicked him off the thing and barred him from Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure his name's in there, but I think his name is in there just because of.
So we're talking about Epstein's Island here. This is where the big thing. You think he was on Epstein Island?
I think his name was on the file. I think Trump's name was on the file.
Well, all right, but do you think he went to the island?
No, I don't think he went to the island.
All right, that's what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think this post right here is kind of BS. You know what I'm saying? By calling your base weaklings and, you know what I'm saying they fell hook, line, and sinker and you don't want their support again. You don't want their support anymore. I understand, you're not running for re-election, but you promised people the answers to this situation, and we're not getting it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're holding you to the fire over it. You know what I mean? And if you should have, the administration should have done research on this thing, like before you announce it to the public. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm going to put out the Epstein files. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to expose corruption. You got to know what you're exposing before you expose it, right? So if you don't have anything because those files are BS, then you should have just let that sleeping dog lie. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have the answers. But to fake like you had the answers and do that publicity stunt with the file and having Jack Posobiec and having DC Drano and Charlie Kirk out there making a big spectacle like you were releasing something and you didn't release nothing of substance. And now you're telling everybody to go away. It's not going to go away, bro. It's not. People want to know what the hell happened. So, it's a bad look on the administration. You know what I mean? It just sucks. And we're never going to get the answers to it. So that's just basically dead. You know what I mean? All right, well, moving on, bro. Let's move on to some entertainment and hip-hop news, bro. The Clipse dropped a new album. You know what I'm saying? It's fire, dude. I listened to it front and back at the gym. You know what I'm saying? And Pusha and his brother Malice. Malice is a born-again Christian, and he stopped rapping for 13 years, and he's making his comeback, and it's dope, bro. The whole album, I liked it, bro. Sonically, it's good. It sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So you guys check that out, and it's a recommendation. If you guys haven't listened to it already, it's dope. They did a Tiny Desk concert where they went a cappella with a band. That was super dope. You know what I mean? They're on their promo run, so you guys check that out. Also, Drake came out with a new single, What Did I Miss? People are acting like it's not fire. It's fire, dude. You You know what I mean? Everybody's still on the whole Kendrick and Drake beef thing, and they don't want to listen to Drake anymore because they support Kendrick more. It's like, dude, get over it. Good music is good music. You know what I mean? And I enjoy it, bro. I enjoyed the single. It's the first Drake single in a minute that I actually enjoyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought it was fire.
Yeah, I thought it was good, man.
And I like that he streamed it. He streamed it before releasing it.
Yeah.
So he did a whole live stream where he's going through the icebox, and he's really in touch with a young culture, dude.
Yeah, and he subliminally got at everybody who turned their backs on him, especially LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What did I miss?
So that was dope. We had a tragic loss in hip-hop also. We got Young Noble from the Outlawz. I'll pull that up. It's probably before your time, Glizzy, but, you know, Tupac came out with a group called Outlawz. We were listening to it heavy, you know what I'm saying? Young Noble was part of it. I know a lot of his verses by heart, you know what I mean? Sad situation. He unalived himself. He took his own life. You know, that sucks, man, you know? You got to check in on your people, make sure everybody's all right, you know, take mental health serious, you know what I mean? I think the number one cause of men unaliving themselves has to be like finances, dude. You know what I mean? Because when you're broke, when you're broke, that's when like things get tough in a man's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if that was his personal situation, but I'm just talking about like me myself. Like when I'm having financial issues, that's when I get the most down. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, take mental health serious. You know what I'm saying? I've personally never been to therapy that wasn't forced on me by the local government. You know what I'm saying? But I have been in therapy forced, but, you know, it helps, bro. You know what I mean? And I talk to all my people, bro. All my friends, family, brother, Glizzy's dad. You know, I'm an open book. If I got something on my mind, I'll call my people and I'll get their advice. And they usually big me up and help me through a hard day. You know what I'm saying? But don't be afraid to talk, man. All right, moving on. We had a lot of fights this weekend. It was packed, bro. I didn't know what to watch because it was all playing simultaneously. You had good boxing on, you had good UFC on, and you had BKFC, you know, bare-knuckle fighting championship. That was on. So I was just going from one stream to the other, to the other, to the other. But let's start off with Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. Go ahead, play the highlights. Man, Shakur Stevenson looked great. And Zepeda rocked him early. I thought Shakur was going to go down. But he's got that good Philly shell style.
Very competitive opening round. Zepeda is landing to the body.
He looked sharp.
He is.
Looked real sharp.
It's been a long
I want to see Shakur Stevenson go against somebody really dangerous, you know? Zepeda was a good fight. You know, he's a good fighter. He put in work, but he just didn't have those stumps at the end of those punches, you know what I mean? Yeah, it looked like he could really hurt Shakur. But they went to distance. Shakur came out victorious. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. I look forward to watching him fight. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the big boxing fight of the night, which was Edgar Berlanga versus Hamzah Sheeraz. Now, last time that Edgar Berlanga came out, he came out with Fat Joe against Canelo, and he lost. You know what I mean? And this time he also came out with Fat Joe, and he ended up losing this fight. So I want to ask you guys, is the Fat Joe curse real? You know what I mean? Because he came out there with the Yankees. He performed before that, and the Yankees lost. You know, he came out with the Knicks, and then they lost. And now these two things, you know what I mean? Is the Fat Joe curse real? I don't know, man. But shout out to Fat Joe. I'm a big fan. I got a lot of respect for dude. You know what I mean? I've seen him around Miami. He's a cool guy. He's respectful. Nice man. But, yeah, man, play it, man. Edgar Berlanga came up in weight, and this guy never heard of Sheeraz. I thought he was an Uber driver or something. Damn. Smoked his boots. Poor guy, man. He was thumping on his chest. I know he wanted to keep on going, but once your brain gets rocked, man, you start seeing stars, your feet don't get under you. You know what I mean? Boom. Damn. That's the second one. Still banging on his chest, but I know he's in trouble right there. He's like, damn. And he gets a lot of, he talked a lot of smack before this fight. And people, that's it. That was done. That's when I stopped the fight. He talked a lot of smack before the fight, so he got criticized for the performance. But you got to understand, it's the fight business. You know what I mean? You got to sell fights. You got to make it exciting. So, it happens in boxing. It's not the end of the world. He just has to regroup, get back in the gym, maybe come down in weight. That weight might be too heavy for him. You know what I'm saying? The heavier you go up, the lighter your punches become, the stronger the other guy's punches become when you go up in weight. So maybe he needs to come down in weight. And I saw something nice at the end of this fight. You know what I'm just saying? Like, he was walking down with his head down. And, getting knocked out like that in front of your wife and in front of your friends and family is a hard thing for somebody to go through. And his wife picked his head up. Go ahead, play that for me, cuz. There you go. He's a daddy, too. You see that? Just pick his head up, man. I need that energy. You know what I'm saying? We all need a woman like that when we're down to pick us up. You know what I mean? Dude, just let it play, bro. But yeah, man. Shout out to her for having her husband's back. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was super dope. Moving on, we got a local event. You know what I'm saying? It's a BKFC, bare-knuckle fighting championship. I love this sport, man. I think it's dope. They always do it at the Hard Rock here in Hollywood, Florida. And, a lot of the fighters, you can see them, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've met a lot of the fighters who fight and participate and compete. And, man, I wish I could go, but they always do it on Fridays. I'm always booked on Fridays. But this is the heavyweight fight right here. This guy, Leonardo Zambo Perdomo. I've met this dude in person. He's a cool guy. He's a tank, bro. He's not that tall, but, bro, he's thick. He's a heavyweight, and he hits fast and strong. Check it out. Boom. That was a short right hand. Knocked Buddy down. I don't think he got up, right? That was a KO right there. Bam. Boom. Fast hands, dude. Boom. Yeah, that was the KO. So shout out to El Zambo Perdomo. That was a great performance. We had another local guy, you know what I'm saying, Bryan El Gallo Duran, also from Miami. He got into a draw against Robbie Peralta. And this was a great fight also. They both got rocked, bro. And Peralta had a crazy eye jammy, dude. His eye was completely closed. I thought they were going to stop the fight. There was a point where El Gallo was almost KO'd completely. Like, he got dropped like 2 times or 3 times, I believe. I was watching the fight. And, yeah, man, it was a good fight. I know that's got to hurt, bro. Bare knuckle, no gloves. That's just when those knuckles hit your freaking nose and your eye. That was one of the knockdowns. When those knuckles hit your face, bro, I know that shit hurts. Oh, and they dig to the ribs and stuff. It's brutal, man. It's brutal, but it's a dope sport. I enjoy watching it, and I look forward to the next promotions. You know what I mean? Moving on, we had in the UFC, we had the heavyweight fight. We had Derek Lewis versus Taliesin Teixeira. UFC is like corny, and they don't let you play highlights on the internet. They'll flag you for copyright. So we can't play the KO, but you guys could look into it. But yeah, man, it was good, man. It was good. In other news, Conor McGregor, he made a rookie mistake, bro. He sent out a dick pic to a female. I forgot, man. She's like famous, bro. I don't know, bro, but he sent out a whole dick pic with yeah, bro, pull that up. Yeah, that's the girl right there. I forgot what's her name. Azealia Banks, bro. He sent it to Azealia Banks, and you know she was gonna put it out. She exposed him, and it's a crazy pic, bro. He's got like a weight hanging from his dong. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And you don't do that, bro. You know, everybody knows if you're gonna send one of those pics out, you don't put your face in it, right? So, but you know, I guess I don't know, man. Maybe he was drinking too much of that whiskey, or he was feeling himself too much. I don't know, bro. But yeah, she put him out there, and he was trending all this week for all the wrong reasons. Yo, shout out to his wife for letting him cheat in peace, dude. You know what I'm saying? Because Conor McGregor's been married for a long time, and you know he's always getting exposed for either getting a BJ on a freaking yacht, or he's all over the town with all different kind of girls. I think that he got married in Ireland, bro. You know what I mean? Because if he was married in the West, bro, his wife would have ran off with half his stuff, half his money, bro. She would have divorced him in a second. But you know, I don't know. I'm just talking BS. But that's what it is, man. I appreciate you guys watching the show. Like, comment, and subscribe. Glizzy, thanks for having me. We're like straight out of a 10-hour shift, a 2-hour gym run, and I'm exhausted. How about you, Glizzy?
Yeah, I'm a little tired.
But we do it for the love of potting, right?
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate you guys. Peace.